Well, with me now is Wilson Chowdhury, Chairman of the British Pakistani Christian Association. Wilson, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Dreadful scenes in Lahore. Is there any way in which there can be an explanation behind what on earth this group is trying to achieve?
Not in my opinion, to be honest. Christians have been targeted now on several occasions. I remember the Peshawar bomb attack where over 100 were killed, 250 were injured. The Lahore bomb attack, when I appeared on the BBC to talk about that on March 15th last year, and now this attack. There isn't any explanation. It's simply hatred for minorities, and I think this stems from the Pakistani government's insouciance and the inability to change the national curriculum, which demonises and caricatures minorities and enables people to easily fall into extremism.
So what do you say that national curriculum is telling children in Pakistan at the moment?
Well, it's telling people, Muslim children, that Christians are wasteful, that they're satanic, that they have not contributed to the society, that many of them are involved in drugs and crime. And it's this type of inculcation of parodies of Christians that is creating the animosity and hatred. And again, the very fact that Islam is a national faith and anything outside of it is second-class citizenship places us at a weak place from the beginning to the end of life as a Christian in Pakistan.
There's been a lot of talk in Pakistan in recent times about the blasphemy laws and the effect that they are having on wider society. Where do you stand on those?
Well, the blasphemy laws of Pakistan were introduced by the British, and they were just a public order act. In that time, the maximum sentence was 6 months in prison and a small fine. They were Islamicised under the rule of General Zia, a dictator, during which he has brought in protections simply for Muhammad, for the prophets, the family of Muhammad, and for the Quran itself. Any other faith is not protected. The laws are now being abused. They're being used to enact personal vendettas against Christians, to usurp their property by laying the allegations these Christians have to flee, their property can be taken away, and it's also being used as a tool for discrimination, so imams can preach hatred, challenge communities to burn down Christian villages, leaving these Christians destitute.
We've seen the Pakistani Prime Minister today, who of course is from Lahore. He's been to visit some of those who were injured. He's talked about a military clampdown and further security measures. What else do you want to hear from him at this point?
Well, in particular, I think there has to be the change to that national curriculum. These blasphemy laws have to be reformed. They're being used as a tool for discrimination.
But you know how much resistance to that measure there would be if he decided to go down that road?
Whether there's resistance or not, the change has to be brought about, or this persecution of Christians and other minorities will continue. The country's going to have to be brave enough to face the difficulties they will go through and make sure that those protections are in place to protect those minorities while they go through that transition.
In the meantime, that clampdown that he's talked about is presumably something you would welcome.
The clampdown, it seems to me to be lip service. These people will be arrested almost on every occasion that the assailants are arrested. They are set free because the legal system does not follow through on the evidence against these people. Christian witnesses often pull out, and we're finding as well that, for instance, if I go back to the murder of Shahbaz Bhatti, a federal minister who was a Christian, his killers have never been found, and when they were in the clutches of the police, they simply got away.